Hello, dear students. Let's start the new topic, that is physical and chemical properties of the hydrogen chloride. This is the chapter number. This topic is the chapter number 8A of class 10th in subject chemistry. Let's open your chemistry book and come on the page number 169. Physical properties of hydrogen chloride gas. So in this class we will discuss about the physical and chemical properties of the hydrogen chloride gas, and the next coming class we will discuss about the preparation and physical chemical properties of the hydrochloric acid. Let's start the physical properties of hydrogen chloride gas. So first properties, hydrogen chloride is a colorless gas. It has no any colors. Generally it has a colorless gas. Now odor, second property is odor. Hydrogen chloride gas has pungent odor with choking smell. If inhale the hydrogen chloride gas, then hydrogen chloride gas corrode our respiratory passages, such as our trachea. Hydrogen chloride gas corrode our trachea. So it has a pungent odor and with choking smell. Next physical properties, as you know that hydrogen chloride gas behave as acids, so its taste is generally the sour taste, similar the other acids. Now the next physical properties of hydrogen chloride gas is the density. The vapor density of hydrogen chloride is 18.25. It is nearly 1.26 times heavier than air. So generally the hydrogen chloride gas is heavier than the air. How can you prove? You can prove by an experiment. So here the experiment to show that hydrogen chloride gas is heavier than air. So for the proof of the hydrogen chloride gas is heavier than air, we are going to perform or demonstrate an experiment. Now first we taken the two jar number A and B. Air taken in jar number A, and hydrogen chloride gas taken in the jar number B. Then jar number B, which containing the hydrogen chloride gas, inverted upon the jar A, as like the given figure in the given diagram. So the jar number B inverted upon the jar number A, and keep the both jar for few minutes. After some times, remove the jar B from the jar A and insert a glass rod which dipped in the ammonium hydroxide solution. Dipped the glass rod dipped in the ammonium hydroxide solutions. That glass rod inserted into the gas jar A. Then a white fumes appear in the glass jar A. That white fumes proves that the HCl gas, hydrogen chloride gas, present in the jar number A. Why? Because when the rod dipped in ammonium hydroxide, that rod enter into or inserted into the jar A, then that ammonium hydroxide NH4OH react with the HCl. Ammonium hydroxide NH4OH react with the HCl and they forms the ammonium chloride NH4Cl. That ammonium chloride appears as a white fumes. So the HCl present in the gas jar number A proves that the HCl displaces the airs, because initially in the jar number A air present, in the jar number B HCl present. So when inverted the B, jar B upon the A, then hydrogen chloride gas is heavier and they displace the air, and the hydrogen chloride gas occupy their position in the jar number A. And when a rod which dipped in the ammonium chloride insert into the jar number A, then they react with the HCl, hydrogen chloride gas, and produce the white fumes. It means the hydrogen chloride gas displaces the air because it is heavier than the air. So hydrogen chloride gas enter into the jar number A from jar number B by displacing the air from the jar number A. So this experiment shows that the hydrogen chloride gas is heavier than the air. Now next physical properties, the solubility. So hydrogen chloride is highly soluble in the water. 1 volume of water dissolves about 450 volume of hydrogen chloride gas at room temperature. So you can assume that and realize that how the hydrogen chloride gas dissolve in the waters. So hydrogen chloride gas have the greater ability to soluble in the waters. So it dissolves, 1 volume of the water dissolves approx 450 volume of the hydrogen chloride gas. So hydrogen chloride gas is highly soluble in the water. Now due to their high solubility, it fumes in moist air, forming a cloud of tiny droplets of HCl. So when the HCl enter into the moist air, then it dissolves and form a teeny droplets of the HCl. Their solubility can be proved by an experiment, and that experiment is called the fountain experiment. So the high solubility of the gas, hydrogen chloride gas, can be demonstrated by fountain experiment. Now the fountain experiment. In the fountain experiment, the apparatus given in the figure, arrange the apparatus according to the given figures. First taken a round bottomed flask, then a stopper, then a droppers and a jet tubes, a beaker, a blue litmus solution in a beaker, and a stoppers which having the 2 openings. So first taken the round bottomed flask and a stoppers which having the two openings, a jet tube inserted into the round bottomed flask through one opening of the stoppers, and a dropper inserted into the round bottomed flask through another opening of the stoppers. Then close the mouth of jet tubes and inverted the round bottom flask along with the jet tubes, and arrange the inverted round bottom flask through a burette stand. This is the burette stand. This round bottom flask, inverted round bottom flask and jet tubes inverted into a blue litmus solutions, solutions containing in a beaker. So this is a beaker. This beaker containing the blue litmus solutions. Now inverted the jet tubes and also the round bottom flask into the blue litmus solution as like the given figures. Then press the dropper. After pressing, we can observe that the red fountain appear in the round bottom flask. This is the red fountain. So red fountain appear in the round bottom flask. Why the red fountains appear after pressing the dropper in the round bottom flask? Let's see. When the press the dropper, that dropper containing the water. When press the dropper, then water molecules enter into the round bottomed flask, and that water molecules dissolve the HCl which present in the round bottoms flask. So the HCl, when dissolved with the waters, which that HCl which present in the round bottom flask, then that HCl dissolve with the waters in the waters. Then the pressure in the round bottom flask becomes low. Due to low pressure, the blue litmus solution enter into the round bottom flask through a jet tube, and that blue litmus solutions react with the HCl gas. HCl having the acidic nature. That blue litmus solution react with the HCl gas, and that blue litmus solution changes into the red, and the red fountain appear in the round bottomed flask. This fountain experiment, this is called the fountain experiment, and this fountain experiment so that HCl has the highly solubility in the water. Again I explain this fountain experiment. First, take a round bottom flask, a jet tube, a dropper, blue litmus solution in a beaker, one stopper, that stopper containing the two mouths, two opening. The jet tube enter into the round bottomed flask through one opening of the stopper, and the round bottom flask which containing the HCl gas, and a dropper insert into the round bottom flask through the another opening of the this dropper inserted into the round bottom flask through another opening of the stopper. This dropper containing the H2O water. When the dropper press, then water enter into the round bottom flask and HCl dissolve into the water. Because HCl has hydrogen chloride gas has the highly solubility into the water, so the pressure of HCl in the round bottom flask become low, and due to low pressure the blue litmus solution enter into the round bottom flask through a jet tube, and this blue litmus solutions react with the HCl and they form the red fountain. So this fountain experiment, so that hydrogen chloride gas has the higher solubility into the water. Now liquefaction. Liquefations, HCl gas liquefy at 10 degrees Celsius and 40 atmospheric pressure. Liquid HCl boil at 83 degrees Celsius. When further liquefy the HCl, then that liquid HCl becomes solidified and they form the white solid, which melt at minus 130 degree Celsius. So liquefations, HCl gas liquefied at 10 degrees Celsius and 40 atmospheric pressure, and a liquid HCl boil at 83 degrees Celsius. Further cooling the liquid HCl, then it becomes solidified and form a white solid, and that white solid melt at minus 113 degree Celsius. Now next, the chemical properties of hydrogen chloride gas. First, the combustibility. HCl gas, as you know that HCl gas is neither combustible nor a supporter of the combustions. So HCl gas never support the combustions and it is not a combustible gas. HCl gas generally extinguishes the burning splinters. If HCl gas present, then burning splinter become extinguished. So HCl gas generally extinguishes a burning splinters. Now second chemical property, the thermal dissociation. Thermal dissociation, that means the breakdown of a substance in the presence of a heat. Thermal, that related to the temperature or heat. Dissociation, that means breakdown. So generally the HCl break down into the hydrogen and chlorine gas when providing a heat. So it's heating the HCl gas, then it is break down into hydrogen gas and chlorine gas. Here is the reaction. Now when HCl heated to above the 500 degrees Celsius, then hydrogen chloride gas break down into the hydrogen gas and the chlorine gas. This is a reversible reaction. When the temperature becomes less than the 500 degrees Celsius, then hydrogen and chlorine gas both combined to form the HCl gas, and that process is called the synthesis. That process is called synthesis, reversible process, back process, that is called synthesis. So the HCl gas decomposes into the hydrogen and chlorine gas at more than 500 degree Celsius. Now, the reaction of HCl with the ammonia. Generally, the HCl react with ammonia forms a dense white fumes of ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. So generally, the HCl react with the ammonia NH3, they form the NH4Cl, and that NH4Cl which has having the dense white fumes, and this reaction is also help to detection or identification of the HCl gas and ammonia gas also. Now this is the reaction. Then the hydrogen chloride gas react with the ammonia, they form the ammonium chlorides. What happened in this reaction? The HCl break down into their respective radical H plus and Cl minus. Now H plus combined with the NH3 and they form the NH4 plus. That NH4 combined with the Cl minus and they form the NH4Cl. So NH4 plus react with the Cl minus, they form the NH4Cl. So this is the mechanism of the reaction. Now next, chemical property of the hydrogen chloride gas. Reaction with metals. Generally, HCl hydrogen chloride react with metal, suppose the sodium metals. They form their respective metal chloride, NaCl, and release the hydrogen gas. And that hydrogen gas can be detected by the puff sound produced when the burning splinter brought near to the mouth of a beaker. Due to the pop sound produced due to the H2 gas productions. So the HCl gas, hydrogen chloride gas, react with metal, they produce their respective metal chloride and produces the hydrogen gas. And that production of the hydrogen gas can be detected by bring a burning splinter near the mouth of a beaker, then pop sound appear, and that pop sound prove that the hydrogen gas release. So when metal react with the hydrogen chloride gas, they produce the metal chloride plus hydrogen. Here is the reaction of some metal with the hydrogen chloride gas. Sodium react with the hydrogen chloride, they produce the NaCl and hydrogen gas. Calcium react with the hydrogen chloride gas, they produce the calcium chloride and hydrogen gas. Magnesium react with hydrogen chloride, they produce the magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Zinc react with the hydrogen chloride, they produce the zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Iron react with the HCl, they produce the ferrous chloride and hydrogen gas. In all this reaction, the HCl split into H plus and Cl minus, and metal have the positive charge, so metal generally react with the chlorines and they form their respective metal chloride, and two hydrogen ions H plus and H plus, H plus and H plus combined to each other to form the hydrogen gas. Now next chemical property of the hydrogen chloride is, hydrogen chloride gas is generally non-acidic in nature. So as you know that any acidic substance behave as acid only in the presence of water, because in the water they produce the H plus ion, but here the HCl is a gas. HCl gas never produce the H plus ion or H3O plus hydronium ion. So the gaseous hydrogen chloride never behave as a acidic in nature, but this hydrogen chloride gas dissolve in the water, they behave as a acidic nature. So generally the hydrogen chloride is a hydrogen chlorides behave non-acidic nature, but when hydrogen chloride gas dissolve in the water, they behave as a acidic. They produce the H plus ion and hydronium ions. While hydrogen chloride gas shows acidic character when dissolved in water. Here is the reaction. And hydrogen chloride gas dissolved in the water, they produce the hydronium ion, and that hydronium ion show the acidic natures. But the gaseous hydrogen or dry hydrogen chloride gas never behave as a acid. Now, 6th number properties. The hydrogen chloride gas react with the silver nitrate AgNO3. So hydrogen chloride HCl react with the HgNO3. They produce the white precipitate of silver chloride AgCl. What happen? HCl break down into the H plus and Cl minus. AgNO3 break down into the here Ag plus and NO3 minus. They dissociate into their respective radicals. Now the H plus then combined with the NO3 minus, and Ag plus combined with the Cl minus. They form the AgCl and HNO3. So HNO3 dissolve in the solution, and AgNO3, which appears as a curdy white precipitate. Silver chloride appears as a curdy white precipitate, and this reaction is also used for the test of silver nitrate and also the test for the hydrogen chloride. So here is the reaction. When HCl hydrogen chloride gas react with the silver nitrate, they produce a curdy white precipitate of silver chloride and nitric acid. The appearance of curdy white precipitate proves that the HCl gas react with AgNO3. It is very simple. Now this reaction serves as a test for hydrogen chloride gas. So this is all about the physical and chemical properties of hydrogen chloride gas. In the next class we will discuss about the preparation of hydrochloric acid, their physical and chemical properties, their taste and uses. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.